Here we have verse 55 of the 8th chapter of the Gospel of John, in which we're reaching the conclusion of this conversation that Jesus has with the religious leaders, in which Jesus, of course, is making it clear that he is aligned with his Father, his heavenly Father, who affirms and confirms Jesus and his identity. These religious leaders, of course, are wanting to maintain that they're the ones who have the right alignment with the God of heaven, and that Jesus himself is something of a liar or some other epithet that they wanted to attach to him, and they've claimed that that would be the case. And of course, Jesus confronts that soberly and firmly, and we have a continuation of that here, as we have kai, the connective, and uk, the negation, goes before the indicative. And so we have here egnokata. Egnokata is the second person plural perfect active indicative. You have not known and continue not to know, auton, him. Accusative, masculine, singular, pronoun referring to God. You have not known him. Ego, I, added for emphasis with the post-positive da, but I, oida, but I, this is the first person singular perfect active indicative of edo, I know him. And the sense of it is I see him clearly. I know him in that sense. Auton, of course, identical to auton here. So you have not known him, but I do know him. I have known him. This word con is kind of unusual. It's a conjunction of a couple of words. The on there tips us off that we can expect the subjunctive to come, as indeed it does in the subsequent verb. The idea of the word is if. So if, and then apo from lego, I say. Apo is the first person singular, aorist active subjunctive, going with this. So if I should, would be the sense of it, if I should say, hoti, connective means that. If I should say that, uk oida. If I should say that I do not know him, repeating this word, I do not know him. If I were to say that I do not know this one, esomai, this is the first person singular future active indicative of the word emi, I am. It means I would be or I will be. Homoios. Homoios is the adjective. It's a comparative. So I will be as, like, humen, you, the dative plural pronoun, second person. So if I were to say I do not know him, I will be as you, and then of course the punch here, sustes, a liar. I would be a liar like you are, is the point of it. Jesus says this not to try to be insulting, but he does say it because it's sober truth. But he continues, Allah, strong conjunction, oida, I do know him, same word that we've seen before, kai, ton, logon, and the word autu of him. Tero, from tereo, to keep. This is a contract verb, first person singular, present active indicative. So I do know him, you do not know him. If I were to say what you're wanting me to say, namely that I don't know him, I would simply reduce myself to being a liar just as you are. But in fact, I do know him. And in fact, ton logon, the word of him, I am in fact keeping.